Thank you for being here. You know, I'm a giant fan. I also want to thank you for something you did, not on our show, but you helped me out a couple weeks ago. We did a kind of a, for your consideration, Emmy thing in Los Angeles, and I asked you to interview me, and you said yes, so thank you for doing that.
Thank you for asking, because you deserve an Emmy.
No, thank you, no, I meant to say no, but you did such a great, you're one of my favorite interviewers on the planet. I love all of your shows. Wow in the World, I love How I Built This, obviously, and the new one. This is going to freak people out. Wisdom from the Top. I just want to get into all of it now. So let's talk about How I Built This. Do you guys know this podcast? If you don't, it's one of the best podcasts out there right now. And basically, what you do is you talk to entrepreneurs and CEOs and people that started these companies. And what you would think, in my head, I go, this might be like a boring interview. I don't know. Do I care about how they made Stacy's chips?
Yeah.
It is I do. It turns out I really do. Yeah. And I love her. I go, what a story.
Yeah.
But what do you learn from interviewing and getting these stories?
Oh, man. I mean, you know, lately we've been hearing a lot about pivots on the show. Like, so Stacy's a great example, right? So Stacy, a pivot, right? So Stacy Madison, who created Stacy's Pita Chips, I mean, that company began as a sandwich cart, right?
Food truck, yeah.
Right? She's a sandwich cart in Boston making rolled up pita sandwiches.
Yeah.
And every day they had like extra pitas. And, you know, she didn't want to throw them away. So they would cut them up and bake them up and sprinkle them with Parmesan and hand them out to people, you know, waiting in line for the sandwiches. And eventually people were like, hey, can we buy these pita chips? And like 6 months into this, she and her partner, Mark Andrus, are like, wait a minute, maybe we're like in the wrong business. Like maybe we should do pita chips. And they completely pivot from pita sandwiches to pita chips. Within 10 years, they sell this company to Pepsi for $250 million.
I mean, it's fascinating stories. Like, do you now know if an idea will work or not after hearing all these ideas? You're like, oh yeah.
No. Do you know? So have you heard of edible arrangements?
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Right. So you know the bouquet of fruits, right?
Yeah.
So we had the founder Tariq Farid on the show, and I said, you know, Tariq, if you asked me 25 years ago, if you said, hey, I have this great idea, I'm going to take cantaloupe and melon and pineapple and strawberries, I'm going to carve it into flower shapes, put it on sticks, arrange it in a bouquet, and deliver it to people's houses, like, what? I would have said, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
I'm out, I'm out. No thanks.
Idea.
I don't want to do that at all.
Nobody's going to invest in that. Well, that company's worth $500 million today, right?
Wow.
I mean, and the thing is, we get all these crazy ideas all the time. I mean, the crazy... you know, in fact, I was watching this show a couple days ago, and because you're an entrepreneurial guy, and you had like puzzles, and you've got the flashcards and the kids' book, and you've got the emojis and hands high, hands high. Your sports.
I came up with a sweatshirt that because what do you do when your team's winning?
You put your hands high.
So I said, why not put logos in the armpits?
Logos under the armpits. You've got. Right.
So hands high is, and it's I just why not? Bring back the wave.
Yeah.
The wave should exist,
So you've got like this entrepreneurial itch.
Can I pitch you some dumb ideas?
You want to pitch me?
Yeah, I'd love to. I really want to hear it. I have a great. Ready for my new idea?
Okay.
All right. It's called vitamins.
Okay.
But EYE. They're eye drop. Eye drop vitamins.
Eye drop. Vitamins. For your eye drop.
So if people don't like taking pills or swallowing, and you want vitamin C, drop.
Yeah.
Vitamins. No?
Yeah.
All right, well, how about this? This one's a slam dunk.
Okay.
All right, craft singles, right?
Right, yeah. Singles.
Make them into circles.
For
hamburgers.
But
why are they square on my burgers? Make them circle.
For hamburgers, right?
Yeah, for just hamburgers.
Because the bread is square. You don't want like a circle on the bread.
Yeah, bread is square. What do you want to make?
You wouldn't have the cheese on the corners of the bread.
All right, that's not the best idea. Okay, wait. Oh, I have a slam dunk idea.
Okay.
All right, ready? This is for Eggo waffles.
Okay.
So we can do Eggo if you're watching. We'll give it to charity. We'll do it.
Okay.
Emoji waffles. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. It's like an egg wash on top. It's a regular frozen waffle, but when you toast it, an emoji appears.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I want to invest in that.
You do?
Yes.
You like that one? All right, good. That's the one. You do? Okay.
The emoji, yes.
The emoji waffle.
Yes.
The emoji waffle. A surprise every morning. Can you give, out of all the things, what's the best advice you could give to any business that's starting that you've learned from all these, talking to all these great people?
I mean, I think the best piece of advice I've learned from leaders is that kind leaders have kind companies. I mean, kindness is an incredibly powerful tool. It sounds a little hokey, but we've had leaders on the show and entrepreneurs on the show who are kind. People like, Gary and Kit Erickson of Cliff Bar. They give their employees a chunk of ownership. Kim Jordan of New Belgium that makes Fat Tire. She allows her, gives him ownership to her employees. And the thing about kindness that I've learned from entrepreneurs is that kindness is free. It costs nothing. It's $0 but the return on that investment is bigger than any financial investment. It's actually a hugely important quality of successful entrepreneurs.
I love that. Be kind. Guy, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on. Come back, whatever. Guy Raz, check out his podcast, How I Built This, and Wisdom from the Top.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.